Maddie Balak, common law wife of Wyatt Earp. Bitch be crazy. Oh, there's a guy that gets paid to do nothing.
Was Abraham Lincoln black?
Where's that? Oh, this one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So I think we have some articles to talk about. And we also have a show opener. Welcome to the Buckmore Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me, as always, is Randy.
I'm here.
You are, and you're not Cam.
I'm not Cam Kroll or whatever.
God, I can't wait to start every show with that.
Every show, and we're going to mention them every show until they come on, and then never talk to them again.
And then not really talk to them.
That'd be funny if we invite them on the show and just went, all right, you guys want to be us? Go ahead. Just make them talk.
You guys want to use the name? Get after it.
Go for it. So I brought you something today.
I know.
You are always excited when I bring
an
OHLQ
always
bag.
Frightened.
You ready?
The last time you showed up with something, it was that fucking moonshine.
Yeah, it was.
And it was
you
not
loved it.
Good. It was awful.
I paid too much for that.
Well, hopefully, as mentioned in the last show, you'll just make some apple pie out of it, and we'll see where it goes.
This will not make apple pie.
The way you're holding it, it looks like a Beam 8-star bottle.
I'm going to be honest. I've been wanting to try this.
Is it glass or plastic?
It's glass.
Okay.
Don't ask what I paid for it.
I don't want it. Well,
you'll know as soon as I pull it out.
Is it Jim Beam?
No. I've been wanting to try this for so long, but also scared to try it for so long.
It's definitely not Gentleman Jack because that's a square. This is more of a rectangular bottle. Oh, you got some Ocean. You got some Jefferson's Ocean.
Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 24.
You're not going to like it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You know why? Because it's not Voyage 3.
It's not Voyage 3. If it was Voyage 3, I would have came in here giddy as a naked Jaybird in a prison.
So, and I've had Voyage 18.
Alcatraz.
I considered picking up a bottle when I was.
Sorry, I almost said something bad. I was thinking Alcatraz. I almost said Auschwitz. Those are different things, Martelle.
But did that happen?
We'll find out. So yeah, I found. Well, I didn't find it.
You didn't find
it.
It's readily available.
It's like the latest Voyage. Yeah. I still want Voyage 3. I'm never going to get it again, and that hurts my heart.
No, don't say. Hold on. Supposedly, you can get a sample pack of 1 through X, whatever, that would have Voyage 3 in it. Now, I think. When did you start? So let's get down to the bottom of this Voyage 3 thing.
The bottom of the ocean.
How long had you been drinking whiskey before you had Voyage 3?
We've been doing the show for a couple years.
So we're into year 4 and 205 episodes.
Yeah, some. We're almost to year 5. We started in June.
We did.
So we're only a couple months off being
in actual shows where it show. This will be shoot 205.
I would say we were. Fairly
maybe
early
204.
I can't recall, to be honest with you. It's been a while.
So, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But it was after I met you and started trying better whiskeys and bourbons than.
So it was in the beginning of your bourbon.
It was
adventure.
Early on. Yes, I would say it was in the in the infancy of it, but in the toddler phase, maybe.
Okay, so because when we started the show, I was well into 5-6 years into
way ahead of me
into the whiskey. So, which is why the 2-bitch batch 1 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll never get it again. And I've told Lauren that this was your best. 2 was good. But 1 was
out of the park.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know that if you get batch 3 again.
Also a thought and concern of mine. Yeah. If
you're going to think the same thing.
Because I've long said that's my benchmark.
It is.
I always remember how Voyage 3 made me feel, changed the way I thought about bourbon and whiskey, and how you consume it, how you enjoy it. And I tried it neat. Back when I started this show, I was not drinking whiskey neat a lot.
No.
It just wasn't a thing I did. But my palate has matured, I guess is the word to use.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, because you may have thought Beam 8 Star tasted good back then.
No, I don't think
that's why I waited so long to try some. I didn't even
like
whiskey.
I still didn't like. It was not a big. The first mixed drink I had and drank back in. Mom, turn off this episode right now.
No.
Back in high school,
Sharon, listen.
I had Jack and Coke.
That's the basic.
Right. I was in high school. I was not a fan of Jack.
No, I don't think anybody's actually a fan of Jack.
Right. It's Jack and Coke.
I think it's Jack and Coke or Jack and Diet.
But even early on, I went, hey, wait, Captain and Coke tastes better than Jack and Coke. So I switched.
Well, you're going from whiskey to rum.
Exactly. Rum's a bit sweeter, you know. But ever since drinking whiskey, I don't think the Beam would have been good then, the Kentucky Tavern, because I didn't like Jack then.
Yeah, but but Kentucky Tavern and Jack are even as bad as Kentucky Tavern is, and as bad as Jack is, in my opinion. They are two different things. You've got a Tennessee whiskey versus a Kentucky whiskey.
They are.
And Tennessee whiskey's got it's that charcoal filtering.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't get the
super
appeal.
Harsh.
Even Gentleman Jack. I've had Gentleman Jack. I can drink it. I still don't think it's that great.
No.
Especially for the price. There's so many better bourbons and whiskeys out there.
There is. Absolutely.
And I've got a buddy that's a Jack Daniels whiskey steward, whatever. And he goes, they go vacation down there and go to the distillery.
I don't care. But they live in a dry fucking county.
I'm sitting there going, it's not great.
No, it's not good. Like, even Chattanooga, that's not good. Like, Chattanooga's okay, but it's that same like, that's a Tennessee whiskey thing.
Oh, yeah.
Charcoal filtering. You're taking out all of the good stuff. Like, everything that makes a whiskey, you don't want your whiskey to be harsh.
Right.
Jack is harsh. Chattanooga is harsh. The charcoal filtering takes the softness of the whiskey and makes it very abrasive, like my attitude towards Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so I've got, if you guys don't know, Jefferson's, we've had Jefferson's Reserve before.
We have, and
it's like $30 a bottle.
We've had.
It's decent.
What did we do? We did the very old, very small batch. We've done another one of theirs. And we also did a Trader Joe's pick, which I have an unopened bottle of downstairs.
I recall we liked that.
And I loved it.
Jefferson's.
I think Jefferson's.
Jefferson's mighty tasty.
I think Jefferson's is really good. They're a very small batch niche distillery. Yeah. They're not huge.
But it's easy to find. It's not expensive.
Right.
I mean, some of the Trader Joe's, I mean, there are obviously limited runs, but...
Well, I think people look at Jefferson's and they don't know what Jefferson's is.
Agreed.
They don't buy it based because they've never heard of it.
Right.
Because
no country stars ever sang about it.
Nope. And they're a very small distillery. They're not a batch. They're not a craft batch distillery, but they are a small distillery. They're getting bigger.
So what Jefferson's did years ago, this guy had a buddy who has a ship that... goes around and tracks sharks and tags them and sees how they're growing and checks their health and helps them.
They do shark research.
It's a
shark research.
So
ship.
he was like, "Hey, let me throw 6 barrels on your boat for 6 months." So it's already been aged. Mm-hmm. They take the barrels, throw it on there. The boat rocks back and forth. That one went south of the equator. They tracked where it went. And
it's different climates.
Yeah, usually different climates,
you're
different
getting
weather.
Anything from 30 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 100.
Be colder.
Well, maybe, but I don't know if they're tracking sharks. They're usually tracking them from Maine down to
wherever,
South America.
So
typically.
So these barrels went on the boat. They bottled it. It was a hit. I didn't have Voyage 1 or 2. I had Voyage 3. When it was given to me, it was with a buddy. He said, "Hey, a client gifted me this. Here's the story behind it. That's different."
Now, was that a new bottle unopened?
Yes.
So you got the dreaded neck pour.
I got the dreaded.
You got dude's dreaded neck pour.
As I recall, again, it's been years, so it might have been. He just recently opened it. If it was not the dreaded neck pour, but we cracked the top, poured it in, and I sipped that, and you could taste. It was like sea salty, caramely, vanilla goodness. I mean, it was just. You could almost taste the sea salt, but not in a sea salt water way. You know, it's salt caramel.
Salted caramel.
So good.
Like
ever since then, all I've heard is each voyage gets worse and worse by connoisseurs. As its popularity grew, the reviews tended to go down.
I wouldn't say that it got worse because I had Voyage 16 or 18. I can't remember which one it was. It was at my brother-in-law's house up in Gahanna. and he was just getting into bourbon. He picked up. His family is a cognac family.
Okay.
They drink cognac. That's their heritage. That's what they do. So, but when I started drinking bourbon, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna check it out." So he started moving into bourbon, and then got his dad moving into bourbon, and all of his family that all drink cognac, all started moving into bourbon. Well, he picked up a bottle of the Jefferson's Ocean, and it was 16 or 18,
mid to late teens.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. I'm not going to say it was ever bad. It was good. But it wasn't the raving review that you gave it.
Voyage 3.
For Voyage 3. Yeah. And I'm like, it's
which
good.
I have pumped up Voyage 3 a lot, which may also be a problem.
Well, and I think, like, the more I've thought it, because we'll bring it up, like, the 2-bitch batch 1, that is like, nothing's going to be that. But I had also, at the same time, had been drinking bourbon for 7 years at this point.
Yeah.
Knew what I was looking for. Batch 2 wasn't that great. But I didn't have batch 3, so I can't compare it to batch 3. But, like, you got into it, and, like, that's not a cheap bottle.
No.
It's a close to $80, $90.
Yeah, you're $75 for a bottle, plus tax.
And you're just like, this is my creme de la creme. This is... Yeah. But if you had, like, again, if I could go back to batch 1, maybe I may not have the same...
Agreed. I think about it often.
So it's I'm just like, I can taste this. I can taste the sea salt in it. It's very vanilla and caramely and toffee. Like, it's very much a sweet flavor to it with a salty aftertaste.
Yeah.
But what is he going to think about something else? So is this the first voyage you've had since 3?
Yes.
So this is going to be...
It's hit or miss, man.
We're going to see how... So we're doing this neat then.
Well, that's why I told you. We're going to want to try it neat first.
Neat.
And then maybe with water, and then maybe on the rocks.
I don't even know that we want to go with water. We may just go straight to on the rocks.
We might.
All right,
so
pop that bottle.
I've got well, here. Take the bottle. I always have you pop it. I don't know why. And you always say, oh, open another bottle. I don't care. I've drank so much of your whiskey.
I know.
Stuff.
I will never open another person's bottle of whiskey without their consent.
Yeah, agreed. But it's different on this show. Like, if I bring something here to try, it's getting open. I don't care who does it.
Well, I understand.
Plus, I can read each bottle comes with the ship's log, a little tag they put around the neck. And this one says, the driving force behind Ocean Voyage 24 was to introduce a new experiment to the Jefferson's Ocean franchise.
Okay, so they're changing something.
Right. That's the first sentence I read, and I stopped.
What's funny is you read the neck tags. I don't read the neck tags.
I never do.
I just go, I'm like, fuck it, I ain't buying that. Or I'm buying that.
On all other voyages, the bourbon traveled across the equator several times, experienced hot and cold weather in the North Atlantic and South Pacific, and seas that range from calm to violent. The Ocean Voyage 24 experiment would test the effect of high heat all the time. That's what.
So it was basically like right on the equator for most of the voyage.
It spent all of its time at sea in the Caribbean, where the air temperatures were always hot.
Right at the equator.
Yep. The containers on board served as heat ovens, in quotes, as the bourbon visited exotic ports of call throughout the Caribbean and Central America. Throughout the voyage, the humidity was tropical, and the average temperature inside the containers was 93.82 degrees Fahrenheit, reaching a max temperature of 124.52 Fahrenheit.
Okay. So sauna. It's basically a sauna.
Storm activity in the Caribbean started earlier than normal, went dormant for a while, then came back strong with 8 named tropical depressions thus far. Storm Elsa crossed our path, but all other activity passed to the north or west of the course. The waters surrounding Voyage 24 were for the most part quiet, but the sea is never still. The constant motion of the water, tropical humidity, and high heat encountered during the Voyage 24 experiment has resulted in a bourbon that is both unique and exotic.
So this is what I like about, before you go further, this is one of the things I like about the Ocean project is the whiskey in the barrel is constantly in motion.
Yes.
Now, I would like to see what would happen if Buffalo Trace or whomever, they put barrels on something that either just rolled the barrel constantly or cradled the barrel so that everything just kind of sloshed around.
I've got a story for you.
We're going to talk about 4 years.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Rounding out the tag here, caramelization and enhanced tones of vanilla extracted from the wood give it a sweet taste, mellow palate, and laid-back finish. We were thrilled with how the Ocean Voyage 24 experiment turned out and hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Pour a glass and enjoy Ocean Caribbean style. So I've got high hopes for this, and that scares me.
I always have high hopes for everything we open.
Well,
always.
Yeah, you have high hopes, but when you pay $8 for a plastic bottle...
that one I didn't. That one, I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, you know what you're getting
There wasn't
into.
high hopes for that. It was, this is like $4. I know what I'm getting.
Or moonshine pickles.
That just was... You know what? I was at a friend's house the other day.
They had moonshine pickles?
They had the old smoky pickles. And because I went over... So Harley's friends with one of their daughters, and I'm friends with them. And he's like, what are the chances that Harley can come over and stay the night and you'll stop over for a beer? And I said, chances are 100%.
That storm's a brewing.
After dinner.
Yeah.
And so went over there with a glass of wine in one of my new Brewmate wine glasses.
Right.
And it was when I got over there, it was like, what are you drinking? I'm like, I literally have I have 12 ounces of wine that I'm going to sip on while I'm here. Well, then I ended up switching over to a beer, had a beer while I was there. And they're like, oh, just, it's in the fridge in the, out in the dining room, whatever, just, grab a beer out of there. They walk out with me. I open the fridge. I look down. I'm like, you guys really fucking eat those? They're, oh, we love them. I'm like, oh my, how?
They could have had our jar.
Oh my
I would have given
God.
it to them.
I'm just like, I can't believe you guys eat those fucking
I love
moonshine
pickles. Love pickles.
Love pickles.
The moonshine pickles, not a fan.
Oh, that was bad.
And I'm a fan of moonshine, but here we go.
All right, here we go.
Killer pop.
That was good.
That was
I like
a killer
that.
pop.
You know what? I think we're the only one to do bottle pops on our podcast.
Well, for now, until somebody steals it.
Until somebody else fucking takes our IP.
The next thing we know, there's going to be a Buckhorn Bottle Pop podcast.
God, I can't wait.
That was a good pop there.
That was excellent.
So here we go. We're pouring into the Bourbon Hunters Kinsey Dram. And I want to let this kind of breathe just a little.
We got the dude neck pour.
We do. That's what we're going to call it. I'm just going to call it the dude pour from now on.
The dude pour?
Yeah.
I'm all for that. So Sam, poor Sam. Sam has, he said, I told him, hey, I'm drinking this. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. Looking forward to getting back together again. I like Sam. Sam's a good guy. He's like, yes, please. He goes, so fun fact, the first class back to jiu-jitsu, after spraining my wrist, so when I was with him down at the Arnold, he sprained his wrist. He broke a fucking rib.
Nice.
So what's worse, Krav or jiu-jitsu?
Worse?
Krav. Because I walked out of there with multiple black eyes and bruises.
Krav, you're guaranteed to get hurt every time.
Yeah.
It's just the varying degrees of hurt.
Jesus.
Jiu-jitsu can definitely be, yeah. Smell good?
Yeah. It does. It smells really good. Now, I did like...
That smells like the ocean.
I really diked. I really liked...
We're so PC here.
I don't give
We
a
are
fuck.
woke.
I fucking woke and all these assholes and their woke culture. I really did like Voyage, 16 or 18. I know it was a teen. It was underage.
I was about to make a joke. Okay.
I'm beating you to him today.
You're beating me off to him.
Yes, I am. This one is very sweet. It almost smells like...
Well, it's like the rum.
Well, when you say, when we're like, I'd love to have a candle of that.
Yes.
They make a candle of this. Oh. It's like ocean air, ocean breeze.
I'll have to check into that. This one smells to me almost like that Mount Gay rum, finished in bourbon cask.
Yeah.
That you thought was a bourbon. Remember I tricked you when you first started?
I still haven't found a bottle of that.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to find you one. I've seen it here and there.
I want to get it. I see it here and there, and I'm like,
and then you don't, and then you don't see it.
I don't grab it, and then I don't see it again.
Yeah, it's good.
But no, this is like that candle, that ocean breeze candle. It's kind of sweet. It's got that a little bit of like tropical floral on the nose.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's, I don't want to say it's vanilla or caramel, but it's a sugary sweetness.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't get distinct vanilla or caramel like the tag says, but I do get, it almost smells like a bakery, like Lindsay's Donuts in Circleville.
Kind of, yeah.
Like when you walk in there, you smell that sweet aroma.
It's just it's that sugary sweetness on the air.
It smells so good. That smells really good.
Yeah. I'm getting really good at the describing shit.
Yeah,
my creativity is coming out.
We may not be right, but we're getting good at lying.
I don't give a shit if I'm right
All
or
right,
not. It's what I get. It's my truth. You woke fucks.
All right.
God, I hope the Buckhorn Ministries podcast radio hours listening to this shit.
They probably listened to our last one that you named that.
I hope so. That was why I named it that way. I named it Buckhorn Ministries podcast.
No, radio hour.
Radio hour, because that's what they need to change the name to. I provided them a name for them to change their name to.
This smells so good. I bet they don't have this.
Because we're not an hour-long show. We may be a 30-minute show, or we may be a 4-hour show.
Yeah. We do what we want.
Yeah. We're not an hour. We're not a ministry.
I am so excited to get nervous to try this.
Bleep.
All right.
All right. You know what?
You go for
it. No, go for it. I want to see what your reaction is and how you feel about this. Well, you stuck out your bottom lip. You're inquisitive.
I'm perplexed.
But yeah, like, so it doesn't smell like it tastes, does it?
No.
I haven't tasted it yet.
In that second little sip I let kind of sit on my tongue, it got better with the second sip. It definitely does not taste like it smells. The first one tastes more woody.
Yeah.
More nutty. But the second one got a little sweeter.
It's almost like chewing on a toothpick.
Kind of. Like one of those flavored toothpicks.
I was going to say an unflavored toothpick.
Unflavored?
It's not, that's not a bad thing.
No.
It's
take another little sip and just kind of let it settle in there for a second. Completely different.
It is. It's a completely different flavor on that second sip.
Yeah.
It's a little sweeter. It's very spicy, though.
It is spicy.
Not like, and it's alcohol spicy, not jalapeno spicy.
Right.
It's very much more like a rye than it is a bourbon.
There it is. I took a little bit of a bigger drink that time. There's the sweetness. I didn't let it sit. Bigger drink, take it down. Ooh. I got the sweetness.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That is, ooh.
I don't get a lot of the salty on it. It's very
There's
sweet.
not a lot of salt. It is almost like a spicy caramel.
Yeah. I could get with that.
It is almost very much like a rye caramel sweetness.
It's got that rye feel to it, don't it? Not peppery, but it's got that rye heat.
That rye heat, yes. Yeah, that rye spice.
Which I love.
And it continues. Like the rye, like that.
Yeah. It's got lasting
spiciness
power.
Continues like in the back of your jaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that big swig there. When I say big swig, I'm not talking.
So this is completely different than what I remember for 16.
I was going to say this is nothing compared to what I remember 3 as.
Now, and I imagine that's the case. Not every voyage is going to be the same.
Right.
So, which is why I want you to go back and try to find a Voyage 3 to see if your Voyage 3 from X amount of years ago is the same as this, because I've only had 16 or 18, whatever it was, and this one, and they are polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like literally one could have been on, flying around the North Pole and the other one could have been sinking in the South Pole.
Right. They just picked up the barrels out of the ocean.
Yeah, they're like, Jefferson's like, we got to save those barrels.
On a dinghy and brought it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely different.
They are, but this one is wildly complex.
It is. There's so much going on here, I feel.
Like in 3 different sips, you got 3 different things going on. I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
Like on the sides of my tongue.
And I'm tasting, after that good drink, I'm tasting the sweetness more.
I'm not tasting the sweetness more on that last one, but I am. I feel like, when you go to the dentist and they kind of numb the side of your face and you feel it in your tongue?
Yeah, you got that going on?
That's what I've got going on both sides.
Yeah.
Like that is...
I don't have that. I am perplexed by this.
It's really good.
It's different than anything I've had.
Absolutely. It is. It's definitely not B-Mate Star.
No. I feel okay with this purchase. I would not feel okay paying for that much for B-Mate Star.
All right.
Let me drink my water down. Hold on.
I did not.
So yours is going to have some melted ice water in it. Mine is just pretty much on the rocks here. I'll finish off my neat. I'm going to take this last bit just straight up.
Straight to the face?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to go straight to the face and let it sit, or are you going to go straight to the face and down the gullet?
Just down. Just drink it.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. I don't taste anything because I literally threw it in the back of my throat and swallowed it.
That's good. I like that.
It's really good. I do like it. It is completely different than
the other one you had.
Than whatever it was, 16, 18, whatever it was.
Oh, that's so good on the rocks. That's so good. You're going to have some water.
Oh my God, it smells like. I hate pink bubble gum.
We've said this before.
And that's what Sazerac Rye had, a pink bubble gum without water.
Yeah. You could tell what it was in the taste test by smelling it.
This has kind of a pink bubblegummy scent to it. But it's sweeter than that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting. It's weird. It tastes so good, though.
That's really good.
It's good, ain't it?
That's so much better than neat.
I think so, too. I think on the rocks is the way to go with this.
Either with water or on the rocks. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm
neat.
I'm not saying this is the best I've ever had, but I'm overjoyed because I was so nervous buying this bottle. I didn't read the tag because I didn't want to know the Voyage. I didn't know they did something different this time. And I was just like, you know what? We're going to do it live on the air and see. It's either going to be the bomb or a bomb.
I don't know that it would be a shit show. I mean, you're chewing ice right now, but...
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to get the ice. They're just tiny.
Yeah, I don't think there would be a shit show.
No.
But it is...
But I was just hoping it wasn't a massive letdown.
Neat was good. It wasn't a letdown. This has to be, in my opinion, either on the rocks or with some water.
Yeah.
And cold.
I agree. This right now on the rocks, actually, I wish we had more ice. We might have to get more ice.
We can absolutely get more ice.
This, what are you rating this? This is, I mean, you know what it
neat,
is?
I'm only giving this a 2.
Really? Fair enough.
It was good, but it's
really complex. It's hard to describe.
That's the problem. It's a 2 because it's so complete. In 3 different sips,
you had 3 different.
I had 3 different reactions.
Yeah.
Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? No, it's neither. But in 3 different sips, 3 different reactions to, like, one being super, like, chewing on an unflavored toothpick. The next one, there being a little bit of sweetness. And then the next one, there being, like, super rye, like, numb tingling, or tongue tingling, rye.
Yeah.
So
I liked it neat. I was content with it neat.
I like it neat.
On the rocks.
But on the rocks,
I love it. I'm not going to lie. I really like it.
It's getting a 3.5 on the rocks.
This is going to have to stay at your house.
Well, so speaking of, we've got the other bottle of rye down there.
I know.
I almost poured that into another bottle.
Oh, and like to trick me?
And I was going to take a picture and be like, this shit was so good.
Like of the empty?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been mad.
I would have like, this shit was...
I honestly, because I mean, at the end of the day, how much over 5 years of your whiskey and bourbon? Now, granted, you buy it to share with people.
I do.
But
I don't buy it just for me.
If you drink that one night...
I buy it to share with Liz, and she declines every night that I pour a glass. Yeah. Like, you want some whiskey? And she's like, no, it's good.
Had I known that Redemption Rye was so good, that would have been your gift from...
So I have friends that they own a cabin down near Junction 35, and they've taken pictures of like group photos and whatever at Junction 35, and I'm like, the whiskey that they have. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, no, it's good. He's like, well, I've never had it. I'm like, fucking get it.
It's for when you go into the place, you can tell it's one side's a restaurant, one side's like a gift shop. They have bottles and jars everywhere. It looks gimmicky, tourist trappy.
It's supposed to. Right. It is. And
they do gin, they do vodka, they do flavored moonshines, which we tried. Some we liked. Some we liked, some we didn't. I gotta just get their apple pie. I should just get theirs and see what it is. But that Redemption Rye was off the
But that's
charts.
an experimental.
Right. Well, we like their bourbon,
always going to be the same thing. That bottle of bourbon, I get mad when I pour a bottle of that because I'm like, that's 2 ounces less that I have now. Like, even knowing full well that any time that Travis wants to take a trip down to the cabin when they don't have it rented out,
you can get it.
I can get it.
Yeah,
because I'll be down there. Like, they invited us to go down one weekend just out of the blue. it was out of the blue, and it was like late notice. My ass would have been down there, not to go to Junction 35 to go hang out with Travis at his cabin.
No,
but
Junction 35 would have just been a side perk.
It would have been a perk of like, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of that. But they have a cabin close by, so it's just very much a, like, when he's down there, they always go to Junction 35. Like, that's just one of their staples of, they're down at the cabin, whether they're decorating for Christmas or whatever the case is.
That's just,
They go there for dinner.
I've heard, I haven't eaten there, but I saw the menu last time. I think Beth and I are going to do a dinner night, date night there this coming trip.
You should.
Because the menu looked phenomenal. They have smoked brisket, all kinds of stuff.
I'll be in Florida this week. Yeah, I'm in Florida. They don't have anything you guys are looking for.
What, in Florida?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
the only thing they have, they got
standard Buffalo Trace type stuff that's not overpriced.
I might be able to find some Cigar City Brewing.
Okay.
Florida Man.
We got to. And then do a Florida Man episode. Have we?
Yes.
My memory's
garbage.
Is
so good.
My memory's trash.
We can get it here.
Okay.
We can. That's where I bought it. I bought it here.
Oh, okay.
It was. It's an IPA. You probably like. I will say it's a little hoppy. You may not like it, but it's called Florida Man. It is literally every meme you can think of on the case of beer.
That's awesome.
Gators and El Caminos, mullets, guns.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to stay here with the Redemption Rye.
If that's what you want,
we'll see.
I have a place for it.
This is better than I expected.
I have not touched the Redemption Rye since the last time.
Is it tempting?
No, I'm not going to drink. No, it's not even tempting. It's not mine.
I would, if you had a bottle in my house, I'd be the same way. I wouldn't touch it.
It's not mine.
It's off limits.
You're leaving it here so that you don't fucking suck it down.
Right.
So it's not mine. It's just it's there, and I see it. And I'm like, that's really fucking good.
Well, maybe whenever you get back, we'll revisit that bottle.
No, we need to leave it. It needs to sit for at least 2 more months.
Okay. Make it about 6.
And if we're going to revisit that bottle, it needs to sit for at least 6 to 8 months.
Okay. I'm done. I mean,
before we try it again, I want to give it a proper oxidization.
Fair enough.
I haven't even shaken it.
Shook and shaken.
So I have not given it shaken baby syndrome.
What the hell? Speaking of shaking, going back to the motion of the barrels, I watched the show Moonshiners.
Yeah.
I know a lot of it's scripted. It's BS.
It is.
But I do like some of the historical things they drop in. I like when they show and talk about Popcorn Sutton, J.B. Rader, Old Barney, all these old moonshiners, and they talk about the history of moonshine, prohibition, how it didn't work. It was the stupidest thing ever to do. Kind of like the
you mean like closing down everything for fucking COVID?
Yeah.
Stupidest thing ever, fucking ever?
Basically. But the...
what are the impacts on the economy going to be? Oh, we don't know.
So Mark and Digger...
Dumbasses.
Mark and Digger or the COVID shutdown?
All of it.
All of it.
I don't know who Mark and Digger are, but
they grew up learning the moonshine under Popcorn Sutton, which you know Popcorn. So I'd love to be on their podcast. They don't have one, I don't think. I'd love to have them on ours.
Let's get them on ours.
We should. Honestly,
send them a message.
I was taking a shower this week, listening to podcasts, and I was like, why don't we just message random celebrities? And you know who I was thinking of? We mentioned
Popcorn Sutton.
No, he's dead.
That doesn't mean anything.
Popcorn said, F you. Says so on his tombstone. No, we talked about him in the last episode, Bert Kreischer. I was listening to Jefferson Cave, and I was like, why don't I just message him and say, hey,
you know
if you're
what?
in town.
Message him, and if he'll come on the show, I will travel to wherever he is if he's in town.
We will bring you gear to Columbus.
To just be fucking stupid on the show.
And I was just like...
Our show is stupid.
Exactly.
But having Bert on the show would just put us over the top.
Dude, I bet if we told Bert, hey, we're going to bring you whiskey you've never had if you'll be on our podcast, he'd do it. I just feel like he's that kind of guy.
Your Redemption Ride would be gone.
Oh, dude, we take everything. We take Virgil Cane. We take
Cane, everything. It'd be gone.
Everything that nobody can get.
How many bottles of this shit do you want?
Dude,
I only have 3.
We would show up like, okay, here's 2 bags of recording gear. Help us get the 8 cases of whiskey. Yeah, here's some weed.
I have cocaine and a dealer. And let's do this.
Anyway, I was watching Moonshiners, and I grew up going every year to camp because we were poor, and it was like $5 a night to camp in a tent. in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. So we've been done seeing almost everything. There's still stuff I'm discovering, or restaurants have popped up we haven't tried. But I'm watching
Two Bears in a Cave.
2 Bears in a Cave. I'm watching Moonshiners.
It was really weird.
And there's this old amusement park called Ghost Town. Now, this has been shut down. It's outside. It's not in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg. I remembered it from being a kid. I remember vividly. It's a Wild West setup street.
Oh, you're talking about SeaWorld.
Yes. Six Flags. That SeaWorld
In Cedar Point.
SeaWorld became Six Flags, and now that's gone. Or whatever. No, it's Geauga Lake before Six Flags.
Oh, yeah.
Geauga Lake. So
Geauga County.
So, I don't know how it didn't survive in a state that has Cedar Point and Kings Island.
And SeaWorld.
And SeaWorld, right. So, anyway, Ghost Town was this old amusement park. It was smaller. It had a few rides, a Wild West town, like the street set up, and then at certain points in the day, you could just sit on the stoop of one of the banks or saloons or whatever.
And get robbed.
And they would have a Wild West show. So I remembered this from my childhood. On the show Moonshiners, these mofos, they took in some of their moonshine.
Or they what?
They took in.
Token? Okay. Just want to make sure I heard you.
They done take some of their moonshine, put it in whiskey barrels, and on a boat last season.
On a boat down the Mississippi.
Just like Jefferson's Ocean. Well, this year they were like, the boats, it's a lot of risk. You got to drive it down to a very busy port, put 6 barrels of this on this boat. It's gone for 6 months, however long it's gone.
How's that risk? This is not risky.
Hauling illegal, untaxed moonshine is risky. Especially when you're hauling giant barrels of it. And you're 2 of the most well-known moonshiners ever.
Is it, though?
Yes, it definitely is.
I feel like Jefferson Ocean does it all the time.
Yeah, it's a little bit more legal the way they're doing it. So this time, they took and found out so they had a connection with Ghost Town, which has been shut down since the late 90s, I think. They drive it up this mountain. It's a chain gate, so you can't get up there unless you unlock it. They drive it up, and there's a ride that I remember riding as a kid. And it's got this swaying bucket where just 2 people sit, and then above it's this big canopy. It's a big round metal disc.
Okay.
And as the ride spins, the things they're on hinges, they swing out. These mofos took barrels of their moonshine, charred oak barrels, put it on here, built big old sails on the top, and as soon as they got rocking and rolling, the wind just started rocking those barrels. And I was like, those 2 are some of the most brilliant mofos on earth. It's way up in the mountains. You can't see it from any road. It's behind a locked gate, and they're aging it kind of like the ocean on a mountain in Tennessee.
On a ride.
On a ride.
I'm in for it.
It's brilliant, and I want to bottle that so bad.
That's called the amusement collection.
It's right. Call it. I don't care what you call it.
As long as it's
so
aged
bad.
in a barrel.
Yeah,
I'm down to taste it. When you tell me that something is unaged and
you said last episode you like moonshine.
I do apple pie. I like apple pie. I do not like
just moonshine.
Crystal clear, the bottle
corn
of
whiskey.
shit you fucking brought, corn whiskey.
Fair enough, but I was
like moonshine. It needs to be.
It was just such a unique way to age it
in some way
because they can age it in a warehouse that they have. They have done that.
Yeah.
They've done rapid aging, where you put in a bunch of small chips.
We hit it with lasers.
Yeah, right. Pew, 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 pew. But I was
Star Wars aging.
That's what I'm thinking. But what a brilliant way to age whiskey with that constant motion. It's like they're always going to move, being up on top of a mountain. There's always wind up there, And I was just like, if I could get my hands on a bottle of that.
Figure it out.
If I could get my hands on a barrel of that, which costs
just a bottle.
Oh, man.
Get a bottle, so it's in a barrel. Once all whiskey is moonshine until it hits a barrel and becomes bourbon.
Right.
Until it becomes aged.
Right.
I do not like moonshine.
You like aged whiskey?
I like aged whiskey or apple pie.
Yeah.
It has to be flavored in some way.
Banana pudding.
Peach cobbler. Fuck.
You didn't like that banana pudding. I just brought that like a month ago. There
was
were some flavored ones I brought
gross.
You liked.
Pete, there is I have seen, it's been fucking 10.
I brought on the show
15 years ago, someone made a peach cobbler.
Yeah.
Almost like an apple pie.
That would be good.
That was outstanding.
And you like bourbon bananas and pears.
I do.
We had those on there forever ago.
That was really good. It looked like brains.
It did, but it was so good.
But it was good. I did not eat the entire jar. I had to get rid of it.
It's
unfortunately, but it looked like brains. It tasted like heaven.
But that was with already aged whiskey or bourbon. We didn't use moonshine in that,
which is fine.
Yeah,
I mean that I'm still good with that. But that was.
So what are we rating this then on the rocks? You said 2 neat.
2 neat. I'm at 3.5 on the rocks.
I say 2.5 neat, 3.5 on the rocks. I agree with you on the rocks.
Yeah, on the rocks it's 2.5. Like the minute you put that on ice, let it sit for
3.5.
Or I'm sorry, 3.5. When you let that sit for at least a minute, let everything just kind of absorb, melt. It got so much better.
We should. Do you have your giant whiskey rocks stones?
Yeah.
Why don't you go get those, and then we'll crack into some of these articles over another pour. We good?
Oh, we got time.
Okay, let's do that. You go get those because I think we were both going to enjoy this much better that way.
We'll do that. Let me.
What do you want? I was gonna say, what do you want to take? You want these?
Get rid of some stuff.
Can you do this one? You got it? Gifted.
Got it.
4 fingering glasses taken down. That is a lot. So, if you guys have never tried Jefferson's Ocean, Voyage 3 is still my favorite, but I would highly recommend Voyage 24 on the rocks. I like it neat more than Martelle, but not much. We went 2 to 2.5. I say on the rocks, though, this is one of the more solid pours I've had in a long time. So we're going to do that. We've got some interesting factoid article things. We're just going to browse over. And, yeah, go get a bottle. Also, don't forget to go to Buckhorn Ministries podcast, episode 19 on YouTube. Leave a comment saying, hey, you guys should be on the Buckhorn podcast. Those guys are awesome, and you'll love them. And Martelle has puffy nipples, and you will like those too. So make those comments and get you a bottle of Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 24, pour it on the rocks, and sit back and watch the fireworks. Until then, I don't know. I got a message. Oh, man. I'm running out of things to talk about. I don't know what else to say. I love doing our show. We do it our way. And we like Mo. And then there's Dude, but not Tyler. Oh, give me that big old icy ball. You might as well go and pour 2 while you're there.
Yes, master.
But I was going to say, Butler, give me a pour. Give me a solid pour there. Thank you, sir. I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. And now we can go into our playfully racist article.
Jesus Christ. Was Abraham Lincoln black?
Was Abraham Lincoln black? That is the question.
Well, which is funny because I didn't see that and you mentioned it.
Yeah, you were just scrolling. I was like, whoa, hold up.
Hold up. So these are all from the website, allthingsinteresting.com. And the title of this is, was Abraham Lincoln black? Inside the curious question of the great emancipators race. I said emancipation. I have to go take photos after this, too.
Family photos?
No.
Oh, you're taking them?
Yes, I am taking them.
Where? For what?
It's going to be super creative.
It's going to be super blurry.
Lexi has her first dance tonight.
Oh. Is she going with a boy?
She is not. She's going with a group of friends. So.
Well, that's good. She don't need a boyfriend at this age.
No. She doesn't need one until she's 30.
Right. She'll still be living with you.
All right. So rumors spread that Abraham Lincoln was black even before he was elected president and presided over the 150 years. But is there any truth to them?
I've never ever heard that rumor.
Because Bill Clinton was our first black president.
He was. That's news to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was OJ.
No. OJ is that motherfucker is. He's a waste of space. I don't care. It has nothing to do with this color. He's just a goddamn waste. Abe was many things. He was the president great emancipator, and the man who steered the United States through the Civil War. But was Abraham Lincoln black?
No. There are pictures of him.
That doesn't mean anything.
Are they saying, is he half black? He could be half black, because look at DJ.
Well, that motherfucker is white as can be.
He's pasty white.
He is pale.
If he stood where you're at right now, I would not be able to see him in front of those white doors. Those cream-colored doors.
You'd be able to see him, because the reflection would be
from the window.
Unbelievable. I love you, DJ.
I miss DJ.
I don't miss him.
I love him right where he's at.
I mean, he can stay wherever he is, and he's fine. So was AB Baby. Was he a black man? You're looking at your phone instead of at the screen.
Sorry, I got a message.
And I'm trying to decipher this.
Okay, I'll read it.
He was an unnaturally close. He had an unnaturally close bond with African Americans. They printed political cartoons, passed around pamphlets, and even dubbed Abraham Africus I.
The first.
That doesn't say the first. It says Abraham Africus I.
Africanus. Africanus is what it says. Abraham Africanus I. That'd be the first.
That sounds worse than Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, Martelle. Africanus would be a worse name than Lincoln. Hi, welcome to Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Africanus, and with me always is Randy.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Ministries Podcast.
But were those rumors meant
we hunt deer and turkey and talk about cooking in Africa anus.
But were these rumors meant to hurt Lincoln's popularity in the racially charged Civil War years? Or did they touch on the truth about America's 16th president and his family history?
I don't understand how they think he was black.
Well, here's how rumors about Abraham Lincoln's race started and why some think they could be true.
His racial loyalty. Was Abraham Lincoln black? When the Illinois lawyer first ran for the presidency in 1860, his foes in the South didn't exactly question his race, but they did suggest his presidency would upset the racial standard quo. Well, yeah. I mean, the whole thing was he was not going to put up with anybody's bullshit on race.
Racial tendencies.
Yeah.
Which Lincoln's family did own slaves.
Oh, yeah. No, I think everybody owned slaves back then.
Yeah.
Like, even those that didn't have slaves actually had slaves.
And then he was like, no, this is not cool, when he got older and became El Presidente.
All right.
Let's
see. What else we got here? That's a cartoon. Let's see. What
are you doing?
I'm trying to zoom in.
You got like control scroll?
It's control scroll. There we go. All right. So this is because Lincoln and the Republican Party had adopted an anti-slavery platform to run on.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I need to read? You look like you need to go do something.
I do.
Because you picked up your phone, took off your headphones, and stood up. I'll read. You go ahead. So it's because Lincoln and the Republican Party had adopted an anti-slavery platform to run on. However, the Republicans had specifically chosen Lincoln because he was a moderate. He believed in limiting the expansion of slavery, but he did not believe in abolishing it. To Southerners nervous about slavery's end, that did not matter. Southern newspapers ran a number of scathing political cartoons, which really hurt his feelings. He invented the first ever safe space to go crying. And he said when he was elected that he would make sure that every single American would be given their own safe space. And people did not like that. So they ran these cartoons in which they depicted Lincoln dancing with black women and otherwise endorsing interracial relationships. Welcome back.
What's wrong with that?
One Georgia I almost said sexinist. Secessionist.
I am a sexinist.
Even warned that under Lincoln, in 10 years or less, our children will be slaves of the, this is in a quote, Negroes. I do not approve of that word.
The quote is 10 years or less, our children will be slaves of Negroes.
Yes.
Which, no, I do not approve of that either. But this is an enormous but here. In Spanish, the word for black is negro.
Sorry, you said enormous but, and we're talking.
That's on you. That's on you.
Racist.
That's on you.
When Lincoln won the election, Southern states promptly began to secede.
I wish California would succeed.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I love some Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Everybody loves Sir Mix-a-Lot. If you don't, you're wrong.
Right, because the other brothers can't deny.
There's a drawing of Abraham Africanus the first.
He looks like Satan.
He just looks like Black Abraham Lincoln.
No, he looks like Satan.
On.
He looks like a picture of Satan. Let me hold on.
What Satans have you seen? You're back to having your weird dreams again. You literally just Googled Satan.
I did.
None of them are going to look like Black Abe Lincoln.
Oh, no. I'll find one.
That was Justin Bieber with devil horns. There's the devil from Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. That's some guy with tattoos on his face, so I guess he's the devil. There's another one. There's Jesus.
I mean, this guy's perfect right here. Look at that. He looks like Satan.
He looks just like him. It's a New York Islanders headshot from 2007. His name is Satan. It's Miroslav Satan.
Yeah. See? He looks like Satan.
All right, fair enough.
Look at that. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that.
Abe Lincoln is Black Satan.
The drawing in this guy?
Yeah, that Mexican, French-Canadian hockey player. They look exactly the same.
Satan.
His name's Miroslav, and I call him Mexican, French-Canadian.
You know what? I like Mexican, French-Canadians.
They're my favorite. They have such good food.
Their tacos are amazing.
Oh, I love them.
They kind of hate Americans.
They're cat tacos. As the Civil War progressed, people began to suggest more explicitly that Lincoln was black, especially as Lincoln changed his position on slavery.
Is this true, though?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, it probably happened. Here's the thing. There's a book I want to read called, I think it's titled, Forgive My French Mother, but I think it's called Shit My History Teacher Lied to Me About.
Why do you have to apologize to your mom for saying
because
shit?
I respect my mother.
I understand that, but that is my mother-in-law's favorite word.
Yeah, well, my mother is a classy lady.
Yeah, my mother-in-law. She's classy, too. But
Marlboro classy? Trailer park classy?
No. My mother-in-law is hoity-toity.
I'm kidding. I don't know that of your mother-in-law.
No, I know. Like, my mother-in-law is hoity-toity, but shit is not a cuss word to her.
That's fine. Different strokes for different strokers.
I mean...
So...
And I dropped the F-bomb like it's a pause.
Yeah, you do. It's like when other people say,
No, I'm like, fuck.
So, what's the other one? There's another article. I'm done with this. He wasn't black, but people tried to say he was.
I can't get through this. Like, I'm having a hard time looking at this. And, like, granted, I didn't read through it before. But just hearing you talk about it, like, I just want to drink my whiskey and get drunk and shut the fuck up.
That's why I said let's go to another thing. I'm done with it.
Okay.
People try to accuse him of being black. He's not.
All right. So, let's do this.
There was another one
We've
that
got
you said.
The powerful story of Grey Friars, Bobby.
Grey Friars.
That's what I said. The loyal dog the most loyal dog in history. We've got Meet Baba Vaga, the blind Bulgarian mystic who made decades worth of eerie predictions. Not Baba Yaga, which is
Baba Vanga.
Which Baba Yaga would be the woman in Russian lore that eats children.
And Bobby Boucher would be the water boy.
The water boy. We've got Inside Marilyn Monroe's Autopsy and shocking conspiracies behind it.
Meh.
The tragic history of the brown paper bag test, the discriminatory practice used to exclude dark-skinned black people.
I mean, why not roll with that?
I don't know.
That's fitting to the combo.
The incredible story of Rosie the shark, the preserved great white shark found in an abandoned wildlife park.
In an abandoned?
Yes.
How did it survive? Okay, sorry. Other options.
We're looking at headlines here.
I know.
This fugitive flamingo was just spotted in Texas after escaping a Kansas City zoo. Wait, it doesn't say city. Kansas Zoo 17 years ago.
Nah, I don't care about that.
American scientists, not just any random ass scientists, because everything's America around here. We're treasonous bastards. We're trying to gene edit technology to create hypoallergenic cats.
Don't care.
Like a Labrador cat-a-doodle.
Yes.
186-year-old shipwreck of a storied whaling ship was just discovered in the Gulf of Mexico. So a whaling ship that's 186 years old in the Gulf of Mexico. And meet Shoji. Morimoto, The Japanese do-nothing guy who people can rent out just for a company. The guy gets paid to do nothing.
He gets paid to hang out with you.
No.
You're buying friendship.
He gets paid to do nothing.
No, he gets rented out just for company. Apparently, we're going to have to get into this. He provides a curious service to the lonely and socially anxious, and has been in especially high demand since the COVID-19 pandemic. See, it's a rent-a-friend.
He gets paid to do nothing. I will go sit at somebody's house
you know what you should
fucking do nothing.
You should be like, I'm lonely. I need a friend. And then when he comes over, be like, I need a trench dug. My friend.
Need anal.
Whoa.
And you're the receiver.
Plot twist.
Dun, dun,
Sorry,
dun.
Shoji.
I'm only giving you whatever your hourly rate is.
So you're paying this guy to be your friend.
You're just paying yeah.
I mean, that's the long and short of it. The 38-year-old's made a living by renting himself out to clients who don't want to be alone, known as rental-san. Daniel-san. No, I'm rental-san.
Rental-san.
Morimoto charges 10,000 yen or $85 per session. How long's a session? According to
Probably
the Independent, he's done it all. From quietly accompanying divorcees to lunch to waving goodbye as the client boarded his bullet train. $85 to go wave at somebody. Sign me up.
I'm all. God damn it! I stutter. I am all in for this.
I mean, you highlighted this next line. I offer myself for rent as a person who does nothing. He tweeted in June.
That's what I said. He does nothing.
It is difficult for you to enter shop on your own, but he is doing something. He is doing things. He's waving.
Assisting.
He's going to lunch. It's not that he's doing nothing. He's providing a service.
He is providing a service,
so
but he is
wrong.
doing nothing.
No, he's doing nothing in the sense that he does not have a 9 to 5.
He is not jerking off the next guy.
You don't know that.
Who
for $85 an hour, he better.
I think for $85, he may be underpricing his services.
It says, "Is it difficult for you to enter shop on your own? Are you missing a player on your team? What if you're like a rugby team and this scrawny? The dude looks like Short Round. Let's be honest. He's a kid.
Mr. Jones. Jones.
That's Short Round with the blue cap and all.
Oh, yeah. He is totally
like, yeah, I need you, Shoji, on my rugby team. Playfully racist. Do you need someone to keep a place for you? That's not bad. You don't want to wait in line for the new iPhone for 48 hours?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Or the new PlayStation. There you go.
Hire this guy. I'm going to pay him $10,000 to sit in line for me for a $2,000 phone.
There you go. And then he finishes saying, I can't do anything except easy things. While Morimoto initially offered his service for free, he has since completed more than 4,000 paid requests. What's 4,000 times 85, Martelle? In your head.
A lot.
I'm going to keep reading. You figure that out on your phone or something.
Well,
a husband and father, he maintains a dual-income household and raises his son. While his endearing social media presence has made him a national sensation and even inspired books and a television
$340,000.
$340,000 he's gotten paid so far. It doesn't say over how long,
and the Japanese government is looking for him.
They are. Are they?
At $340,000, I'm pretty sure that's not a fucking...
The Yakuza is.
That it's not America where you can hide from your tax fraud. They want to know everything you're doing in Japan.
It's fine. Scroll down. What else is there to this? I don't know. There's Short Round again.
There he is.
He meets 1 to 2 clients per day. So that's only 85 to 170 a day.
Yeah.
While his work might suggest otherwise, Morimoto isn't a slouch. With a postgraduate degree in physics, from Osaka University, he tried long and hard. Yeah, he did.
I don't give a shit about his physics degree. He is renting himself out.
He is a
whore.
You are a dirty, filthy whore, Short Round.
He is a whore.
He tried long and hard to build a traditional career before his newfound job took over. After being constantly told that he lacked initiative, however, he realized that doing nothing could be a skill.
Whore is a derogatory term. As a noun, it means a prostitute. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
As a verb, it means of a woman, work as a prostitute.
It's the same thing.
That's it?
Why is your Siri... It's because you talk to Patrick.
Siri sucks. I fucking hate Siri.
No, but she's British. You changed yours to
I
British.
changed it to British, yeah.
It was after that.
Actually, it's Australian.
It's after that dream you had of Patrick that you didn't tell on the air.
Patrick wasn't in any of my dreams.
I was often told I wasn't doing enough or that I wasn't doing anything. So
you lack initiative, motherfucker.
Became a complex for me, he said. I decided to take advantage of this and make it into a business.
He was constantly told he lacks initiative. He lacks initiative. I could easily put myself out there on Tinder and Grindr as being you can rent me out.
You could, but you won't. You know why? Because you lack initiative. You're comfortable working your 9 to 5 in your house.
No,
standing here in your boxer briefs.
In my ass.
Do you get dressed every day for work? Do you put on
Barely.
jeans and a t-shirt?
Barely.
I was like, do you walk in here in your boxers or whatever you wear?
I have, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I've literally walked in here in boxers and a t-shirt.
I worked all week except for the 2 days I went out to sites in boxer briefs.
I don't know what going out to a site means anymore.
You don't. You're right.
Matter of fact, I'm not allowed in my office building unless I have a COVID test or a negative test.
Oh, shucks.
I won't ever be going back to my office.
Guess I can't come in.
I don't give a shit.
Good for Shoji. You know, if this dude's making a living, whoring himself out.
He is the definition of a whore. Except they said woman. He is the definition of a whore.
Man whore.
He is a gigolo.
According to the Washington Post,
without having to do any sexual favors.
The self-made gig suits Morimoto rather well. Fairly introverted and quiet when he isn't working. Being paid to listen or accompany strangers on errands is both easy and rewarding. In his signature blue baseball cap and hoodie, short round.
I can fucking do that too. I can go to somebody when they're going to Kroger to go do their fucking shopping.
No, you can't. You know why you can't? You don't have a blue baseball cap.
I can fucking Amazon. Amazon, motherfucker.
Oh, man. He said, this is a quote from him, I think when people are feeling vulnerable or in their intimate moments, oh my, they become more sensitive toward people that are close to them, like how they will be perceived or the kind of actions they will take for them. So I think they just want to reach out to a stranger without any strings attached. I could see that.
Oh, that I can.
Yeah, just like talking to some rando stranger that's not going to judge you.
That I understand. But this?
The devil? The Canadian, French, Mexican...
Oh, no. We're going to go ahead and hit up Amazon and say blue.
Just put short round hat and see if it comes up. Short round hat.
Done.
None of the okay. There's
none of those that are
and a bunch of bowler hats and an Adidas hat and weird Justin Bieber looking. I think one of those is a guy and one's a woman. I think. You cannot spell.
No, my fingers move faster than. There we go. Boom. Done.
There it is.
Hat Depot.
That's dark blue, though. You want a bright blue. Yeah, get one of the brighter ones there. Do it.
Done.
Order it right now.
Done.
Do it.
I don't want to.
See? You lack initiative.
No, I don't want to spend money on something I'm not going to do.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, it's not. No, his hat is dark blue.
I don't care. That's
Abraham
Lincoln. Gotta find him. Where'd short round go?
Right there.
Dark blue? It's like a denim hat.
I gotcha.
There you go. Get that in a gray zip-up hoodie. You're good to go.
I mean, I could easily do this just...
Your face. Yeah, drink more water there.
I had a fucking convulsion. I could easily do this guy's job.
You started speaking Japanese just thinking about it.
Thanks for listening. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Insta, Google, Tweetstagram.
God damn it.
That was a good one.
It was.
I wish we had video set up because your face was
it locked
hilarious.
up. It was like
you froze. You did. You looked like you were a poltergeist infested.
Oh my God. I could easily do this Japanese guy's job. Fucking A. It's
oh man. Well, just wrap it up. That's good. I don't care how long the episode is.
God damn it.
Let's end it on a high note.
Check us on the Instagram, Tweetstagram, it's Facebooky things.
I'm Martelle. With me always is Randy. We're out.
God damn it.
Peace.
Fuck off.
Okay, bye.